Well, I'm going to show you a pen. Actually, I'm kind of surprised I haven't looked at this yet on the channel. And it's the Lamy Studio. So, what do you have here? At first glance, it's a fairly clean design, very industrial. Sort of reminds me of a Parker 45 Flighter or, something along that line. But it's by Lamy, and it was designed by a man named Hen Wetstein, and he lived from 1958 and he passed away in 2008. He was an architect and a designer. He did furniture and all sorts of different things. And one of the things he designed was the Lamy Studio. He also designed the Swiss embassies in Tehran and Washington. So anyway, so you can design an embassy and you can design a pen. So this is the Lamy Studio, and it's a stainless steel brushed stainless steel. It has a chromed propeller-shaped clip, and it's very springy, very efficient. It holds very tightly, bounces back, and it's a really interesting shape. Usually, propellers are flatter. Clips are a little flatter than that, but I quite like the propeller clip on this. It's very attractive. A chrome pinion on either end, and it's a slip cap, and there's a black almost rubbery grip there. So with this, sometimes with an all metal pen, it is very hard to hold for a long time. Your hand starts to sweat and it feels slippery, but this has a nice texture to it. It feels like rubber. I should have looked up what it is, but it gives you a nice grip, and it's very comfortable in the hand. It's a long section. It's as you can see, and this is an extra fine. You unscrew the bottle, the barrel of the pen, and inside you find a converter, and it also takes cartridges. But I usually use converters. I don't use cartridges very often, unless the pen doesn't fit a converter. So anyway, one thing about this pen, it has. I don't use it as much as I would expect. It has an extra fine nib on it, and it's a stainless. It's a steel nib, probably chrome. It's very shiny, and it's your standard Lamy interchangeable nib. So what I'm actually going to do is take this Lamy All-Star here that has a medium nib in it. I'm going to see if I can take the nib out of this and interchange it with this, because I really like this pen. I don't mind the extra fine Lamy nib. It's a little not scratchy, but it just doesn't really wow me. So I tend to like a fine or a medium in the Lamy. The nib sizes in this pen are extra fine, fine, and medium. So what we're going to do, take the Lamy All-Star, and just like it's fairly clean design. You just sort of hold on to it and pull, and it should come out. There we go. It's right off the feed. As you can see, the shape and it has these little winglets that grasp the feed, and it's very efficient. And that came right off too. So now I'm going to put the medium on this. And just so I don't lose it, I'm going to put the extra fine on the All-Star. And then I'll set it aside. And that worked fairly straightforward. You can get the nibs from different places online, or some stationary stores carry them in stock. I think they're like $20. So if your pen ever needs a new nib, they're easy to get and easy to fix. I'm going to put possibly my favorite ink in it. My favorite blue for sure. I shouldn't say it's my favorite ink, but of all the blues I have to say I always come back to Diamine Oxford Blue. It's a beautiful blue-black, wet, it's just really nice ink. And it works so well in so many different pens that I have. Sometimes I've had pens where I put an ink in it just to try something different, and it just doesn't work. But if I put the Oxford Blue on it, for me, it seems just to come alive. And I'm using it because oddly enough, I don't have any pens inked up with it at the moment. So I'll just dip it in, fill it up, set that aside for a moment, clean up my mess. Set that away. So there. Now then, I'm just going to give you a few little dimensions. So when it's closed, it's 5.5 inches, and when it's capped, it's 6. It weighs 25 grams. With a converter, it holds 1.08 milliliters of ink, and oddly enough, the cartridge holds more. Cartridge holds 1.56 milliliters of ink. And give it a little writing sample and see if I like the medium a bit more than the extra fine. So, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And I have to be honest, I do actually like the medium a lot more now than the extra fine in this pen. It's a lovely pen. It you know, it has a nice weight to it. It's not back weighted that much when you put the cap on. It's a good length. I don't have huge hands. It fits very comfortably in my hands. What else can I say? The metal is cool. It has a nice feel to it, and this of course gives you a nice grip. So with the medium, it gives you a nice width of line, but there's no real line variation or anything like that. It's not the wettest pen, but it's fairly good flow to it, and everything works really well. So if you push a little harder, you can get a darker line, but I wouldn't push harder. But anyway, that's the Lamy Studio and the stainless steel edition variation. They do come in different colors and finishes, and Lamy often comes out with, you know, special editions, so there's always something new coming up every now and then. So yeah, it's a really nice piece of my collection, I would say. You know, I love Lamy. I have slowly putting together a little collection of all their pens, and I'm going to keep on getting more. And I'd like to get some vintage ones. You know, they used to be called Artists at one time before they became Lamy. So that's I'm just going to give you a size comparison. That's the Lamy Studio compared to the Pilot Metropolitan, and as you can see, they're actually fairly similar in size. The Studio is just a little longer. They actually weigh about the same in weight. That's it compared to the All-Star. Actually, they're probably exactly the same. And here is my always dependable TWSBI Echo. And as I'm looking at that, I would say they are exactly the same size. Of course, the TWSBI Echo is a bit girthier. You know, this is not actually, I wouldn't say this is thin, I wouldn't say this is thick. It's probably very similar in width to the Metropolitan, actually. When you cap the Metropolitan and you cap the Lamy, let's see what happens. Lamy is, of course, just a little longer when you post them, I should say. So anyway, that's the Lamy Studio. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I'm enjoying doing them. And you know, if you're new to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. I'm slowly building up my channel, and it's a lot of fun to do. But every subscription helps, and every thumbs up helps. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if also, you know, I love hearing from people, so I try to answer all the comments if I can. I think I'm doing pretty well. So, have any comments? Do you have a Lamy Studio? Do you like the pen? Do you like Lamy? What's your favorite pen? You know, I'd love to hear from you. So anyway, thank you very much. I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.